In 1918, the world was more connected than ever before, not by data, but by steam, trade, and the engines of war. The virus didn't just walk, it sailed. Every ship was a potential container of contagion. From the ports of Boston to the docks of Bombay, the global chain was being forged in fever. Trade routes became the virus's highways. A single infected sailor could ignite an entire continent. The world was realizing its own vulnerability, but there was no global captain. Each nation fought its own isolated war, hiding data and closing borders too late. Silence was the virus's best ally. By the time the second wave hit, the international community reached a breaking point. The old ways of isolationism were proving fatal. A new net had to be woven. The catastrophe forced the birth of the first truly global health infrastructure, a precursor to everything we know today. Out of the ruins of war and plague came the League of Nations Health Organization. Its mission: to treat disease not as a national problem, but a human one. International maritime laws were rewritten. Standardized quarantine protocols were established for every vessel on the high seas. No more guessing. The yellow flag became a universal signal, a shared language of warning that bridged cultures and languages in the name of safety. For the first time, nations agreed to share their most sensitive data. The realization was simple: an outbreak anywhere is a threat everywhere. A global telegraph network began to pulse with epidemiological reports. The world's first early warning system was flickering into life. Scientific diplomacy was born. Doctors became diplomats, crossing borders to study the virus and share the hard-won lessons of survival. They were building a shield, not of steel or stone, but of information and cooperation. A shield meant to protect the entire human family. This global cooperation accelerated the race for a vaccine. The idea of a universal defense against viral threats was no longer a fantasy. But progress was slow, and the cost was still measured in millions of lives. The global chain was being built while the fire still raged. The organizations we rely on today, the WHO, the CDC, they all carry the DNA of these first desperate attempts at global unity. Our modern surveillance is the high-tech evolution of those first 1918 telegraphs. The chain is now a web covering the entire planet. 1918 taught us that we are only as strong as our weakest link. Global health is the ultimate test of human solidarity. The chain was forged in fire, but it has held. We moved from isolated victims to a connected front. The journey was just beginning. In our next segment, we witness the fundamental redesign of the hospital itself, from warehouses for the dying to hubs of preventative science.